What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top player playing Risk Global Domination on PC. I have a daily release schedule on YouTube. I do Fixed Friday every Friday. I do this show, the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, and I stream on Twitch as often as I can. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Come along the ride with me. And today, this is episode 54 of the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, we have the Innocent Kitten. How are you today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm so happy you agreed to do the show. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
You have a ton of personality, and I am very excited to share that with the people. So we can
Just
also
a little bit.
talk about your accomplishments and who you are, get to know you better. I will take any opportunity I can to spend time with you. So, what would you like to play?
Let's dive right into your favorite map, Dragon Forest.
Oh yeah,
Fortress?
my
Fortress.
favorite map.
So let's just jump right into that. I like the kind of fuck you aspect that goes along with it, you know?
Yes. Progressive?
Yes.
Expert? 60. Fog Blizzard?
Blizzards, yes. Fog, no.
Alliances?
Ooh. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, and balance blitz dice, I'm guessing. You're not a...
Wait, did you already make it?
No, I can make whatever you want. What do you want?
Let's do Fog again. Actually, that's...
Fog Blizzard? Alliance? Yes. Fog Alliance?
Yeah.
Okay, Fog... No, I love it. This is my shit right here. Fog Alliance is what's up. Okay, good. Maybe we could talk about that. Why do you think... Holy shit. That was fast.
Oh, lovely.
Are these guys playing with Spud? Is that why, or... I don't want to steal Spud. I don't want to steal Spud's players. I see a bunch of these folks in his... yeah, they're leaving, right? Okay. JJ's gonna play. Well, I don't know. Looks like Asylum and Maddie are sticking around. Okay, so we can ping one more if we need. Okay, so and Medi, cool.
Love it.
Ready? Up, please. So what? Oh, not Medi.
Oh,
come on, Justin.
My bonus.
Okay, let's go. What is it? This is a great place to start. What is it about Fog plus alliances that you find interesting? Because people think I'm nuts.
So, honestly, it's part of you, you know? Like, I never truly considered it, but it makes it fun, right? Like, you get to toy with the other people playing, you both get to emote back, it makes it lively, it's so you don't take it so serious, you know? And then you're alliancing, so they're like, okay, there's no way they're gonna hit me. It's like, I'm gonna kill you, okay? It's just, I don't know.
Wait, hang on. You take risks seriously? Top 100 Grandmaster Innocent Kitten taking risks seriously? I don't know.
I am a little aggressive when I play. It's no hidden secrets.
Okay.
But I love it. I love it. Now I'm mapping everything out real quick.
I know I should be doing this too. I should be taking a look.
We're both kind of screwed a little here in the bottom.
I don't think we're screwed. I think we're gonna be best of friends.
Oh, love that.
But yeah, I'm in a lot of different places that I don't love. Fuck. Gotta do something. Yeah, so maybe before I get too deep into the conversation, we can do a bio. So tell the people about yourself. You are... I know it's not polite to ask a lady her age.
I have nothing to hide.
Okay.
So please roll. Oh my God.
You start with a 4v2? Come on.
We're just gonna leave it at this. There we go. Well, you know, my name is Bonnie. Everyone typically does call me Kitten.
Hi, Bonnie.
I adore it. Oh, hello, Pete. I am 32. I turn 33 this year, actually, in July.
What's your birthday? I'm also
July 23rd.
I'm 26.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for real.
Love it.
Leos, huh? We love kittens.
That
It's
actually makes
it
so much
makes
more
so much
sense.
fucking sense. I
Yeah.
know. I know. Strong cat people, huh?
Uh, so
Okay.
good. Um,
Young lady, you live in
I
the United States of America, I'm guessing.
yeah, just outside of Detroit.
Okay.
Michigan is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little human. He just turned 6 this year, and he's super cute and wild, and I love him. And it's really fun. Because he loves video games.
Okay.
Loves them, loves them, loves them. And, growing up, I fell in love with them. And so I like giving him that piece. And he plays Roblox and, he likes Sonic and all the cute little things. But he loves shooter games. And it's just wild. I don't know. And he always wants to play whatever I'm
Sorry,
playing.
at
And
6? He's into
yes,
shooters?
at 6, and he's so good.
I would
And
assume they would
it's
be good.
funny. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
get some of my friends in Discord, and they'll play with them, and I love it. I'll be doing dishes, and they'll be playing with them. So it's like, yeah, you want to play with my kid real quick? It's
And
a
he
good
just
time.
blows them away, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's still like, he's 6. And it's entertaining because other people, when you join into like the games, you're thinking, okay, they're around his age. And then when I think about it, I'm inviting my grown adult friends, and it's like, ugh, maybe they're not all 6. I have nothing to go for, by the
You
way.
should probably go for something, or else you'll be in big trouble.
Oh, this is JJ. Let's see if he willingly
So
wants to give this up.
how long have you been into games for? Like, what is the appeal of games to you?
Hmm.
You play shooters,
Probably,
yes?
yeah. So
Okay.
probably since I was a kid, my dad played shooters. Uh, when I was like 7, 8, 9, and my dad, he's a trucker, and he used to like have me get on like the CB, and like he had a huge satellite in his yard, right? And it was entertaining because whenever he would get on a CB at home, it would overpower the TVs next door, and so they would constantly be knocking on doors like, "We can hear you, we can hear you, please stop." And so eventually he like had some stranger come over, and like you don't know these people, when you're talking to them on the CV. So they're total, interesting folk.
Mm-hmm.
And so this total weird guy shows up, and I'm down there to talk to him while my dad's taking down the satellite from the top of like the roof. And I'm like, hey, like, please don't kill me while I stand here. It's intimidating, but it's fun. Okay, so reeling back, because I tend to get lost. But yeah, he used to play video games like every night, and we'd play shooter games, and it was a good time. Fuck you, JJ. Please go away.
He's a bot, eh?
Is he?
Mm.
Oh, love that.
Mm-hmm.
I get my bonus.
Now we can hit him with impunity. So you're. I noticed. Okay, I noticed when you came around, again to the community,
Yeah.
the talent, right? I like to think of myself as a fairly good judge of people. So as soon as we played, I was like, oh wow, she's quite good. So I was very curious to explore that with you, and I
Definitely.
assume it translates to other games.
Yeah, I suppose just like strategy games in general and playing board games with like, your family and your friends. And I really like Catan and just
Mm.
anything, and I love chess. So anything that takes a little bit more effort, you know, um, and I like communities. I love communities. I love the social aspect and how it brings everyone together.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
big part of the game of Risk for me. Is
yeah.
I don't think I would be still as incredibly invested in playing every day if it wasn't for this community.
Yeah, because it can get mundane, if you're doing the same thing, or just like when you're grinding to get to the top 100, top 50, top 10, it's so time consuming. Like, it is an actual grind.
Mm-hmm.
And well, you have to be in a good mindset. You definitely do. And I was playing yesterday, I was not in a good mindset in the beginning of my day. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to throw myself in a risk and I'm going to grind. It's going to be great. I lost like 2 games and I got kicked out of the 100. And I was like, fuck, man. So I played a quick 20 games. I got to like 119 and I'm like, oh, it just takes so long. So when people are in these higher ranks, like, you have to admire them, you have to respect them, you have to appreciate them, and then when you actually play with them and you have like one-on-one conversations, it's wild, the different personalities and who you get to meet, and it's beautiful and makes the game more worth it.
So you were originally around, and I guess we somehow missed each other because I came around and you had left?
Yeah, it would have been around the same time.
Interesting.
So that is interesting. I don't know how that happened.
So I came around to the Risk community for the Q1 tournament in 2021. So I've been around now for just over a year. And I get the sense that you were there a bit earlier. What was going on at the time in Risk?
All the staff were actually staff. Spud was on staff, and when I first joined the server, it was him and Cherry, and everyone was like doing their thing. Harmless was always hanging around. And who was... Zombots was number 1 at the time.
Okay.
I don't know if that gives you an idea.
Yeah, well, I've heard story that part of what they used to do was, this will be interesting for the audience, part of what they used to do was you would get some amount of SP for reporting cheaters. So Zombot had his rank artificially inflated by some way, and one of those ways was leveraging these cheat reports. As far as I understand it, there was something wrong with the system as well, and I mean, there's still something wrong with the system, but and that's also not meant as a cut against Zombot. We actually haven't ever played, as far as I know, so I can't speak to them as a player. Whether or not whether or not anyone is deserving of number 1 is not the type of conversation I waste much breath on, but that was what I understood to be going on. And then there was this era after, I guess, you left, where the top spot was being shared by Spike and Zaraki for almost
and I
a
think
year.
they had put in like a word, and they're like, hey, we're all kind of number 1, right? And I think that was like a go. I'm not too worried about like, I obviously, because I'm not up there, but like, I understand everyone wants to go for 1, and I understand when you get there, then you kind of just float off, and you're fine, and you're happy. You've reached that point. You reached your goal. And my goal was just top 100, and I reached it. And honestly, a few days ago, I'm like, should I get back into indie games and kind of head that way?
Uh-huh.
But I love the social aspect, and I like playing with everybody and meeting the new people. Because, I quit for like a year. I stayed away from the drama. I was like, come on.
But there's drama?
What? And Risk?
No, there's no drama. I'm good. I'm good. There's not. I think you're making it up. I also think JJ's bot is going to win this game.
He might. Like, he just rolled through me.
Yeah, I saw what happened.
Yeah, I have no shot, really, in this game. That gave me more time to focus as I
lose. No. So I take exception with the thought you just had. I think I disagree. Like, my goal. Wow. But how does he get? How does he get there? How does Maddie get there? Were you not allies? He's just feeding you.
Well, that doesn't mean much.
This is I would say a first on the show, right? Where I have to just kill you horribly, and I'm sorry. I feel a little bit bad.
You're more than welcome. Yeah,
I will. Thank you. The permission.
Just take me. Consent is given.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. And here we are. So
thank you.
Yeah. So you were like, I forget exactly what you just said, but you were talking about goals. Your goal was top 100. You've now achieved this goal. to pat myself on the back with a little bit of help. Right? Because, okay, so
You're so talented.
I know. Kitten was playing these dog shit fucking coin flip Britannia 1v1 settings. And
He loves my settings. Don't
I
listen
do.
to
I
him.
love your. Maybe
It's
I assume we're going to
yeah.
fit one of these into the show.
Um, Honestly, I think that would be such a vibe to
Wouldn't it?
see how much you love it. You know, like I want them to see your facial reactions and how much you love 1v1 Britannia caps and how good it is and how it ultimately just takes skill, of
Yeah,
course.
such a test of skill. Fair enough. We'll do it, and
Hmm.
you'll get your second screenshot of defeating me on that. But you were talking about goals and rank specifically. So you
Hmm.
reached a goal. You're satisfied with that goal. My experience of it has been very different. So I never entered into this journey with the idea that it would even be possible for me to be ranked number one.
Hmm.
The very first thing I did was I got top 100 playing free for all, which I only after the fact realized was a thing that wasn't really done. And people are like, "Oh, you're doing it the hard way." So I was like, "Okay, why is it so difficult?" Because I guess I'm what I lack in sheer skill, I think I make up for in industriousness. Like I work really hard at something until I get it.
Yeah.
So when I get it, I really get it. But yeah, it took a lot of work, took a lot of time, and I'm grateful to have spent the time. And then once I discovered that, basically rank 29 was probably the theoretical maximum given the way the system is,
Hmm.
then I switched to exploring what 1v1s looked like. And, so I now have a top 100 account playing 1v1s unfiltered. And of course, the filtered one is, you know, number one. And that's,
Definitely.
yeah, but that was all kind of like an organic process that I never set out to achieve any of that. I was
I
like,
love
well, I'm
that.
close to top 10, or it wasn't even that. It was like, I did the novice to Grandmaster speed run. Okay, now I have a 1v1 account. What do you do with it? Well, let's see how far it goes. Oh, now I'm close to top 10. Let's see if I can get top 10. Okay, now I'm only how much work away from reaching the top of the ladder. But it didn't feel like work, I think, in the way that you're describing it.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely might have different perspectives on that game, and I think you have more time into it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're more diverse. Me, I'm kind of like, I got these like couple things now. I'm gonna keep doing these couple things because they're working until they don't work, and then I'm like, okay, let's see what other people are
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty healthy way to approach skill acquisition in general, right?
doing.
Oh, fuck. I guess that didn't work. Well, sorry, Asylum.
Right, that you fed him to someone else.
No, he sets now. Now he sets. So he's going to remove me from the bottom pocket. I think, if I know him. It's a game. It has to be fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we find the fun in different places.
Definitely.
I never would have guessed that teaching people would be a place that I would thrive.
And I really admire that. Especially like coming back and like meeting you and then seeing like your videos and everything. I love that you love teaching. I think that's extremely important. And even me, like I didn't feel like I was like the greatest player. I still am not. I'm okay. I'm average, you know. I can
Yeah,
beat the
you
regular player. I
you
can have
you
fun.
undersell that.
I think my aggressiveness is the only thing that kind of helps me usually. And you know, hurts me a little bit. Um, but you know, people are playing like the slow game, you know, and everyone has different styles, and some people just don't know my style yet, and then I come and hit them, and it makes me feel a little bit better. Um, but
Which is a
I
great
halfway forgot what we were talking about.
which is a great point to bring up the name, right? So Innocent Kitten is similar to Frail Waif, something to evoke weakness. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, and I'm sure that's intentional.
Yeah, I'm just wholesome and innocent. I mean, who
Wholesome,
would want to hurt me, and I would never hurt you.
but but you say yourself you lean fairly aggressive.
Yeah. So it's definitely like a mind game, and of course you get the guys that are like, well, it's a girl. And that's, the fun aspect of it as well.
Oh, linger on that though, because that's super interesting. What is your perspective? I have tried my best to include as many girls in this show as possible because I don't like the idea that the community is so male dominated, and there's
Mhm.
no good reason why that would be the case.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Yeah.
And it confuses me as well. Like, I don't know why there's not more females that want to play. I know there's other intellectual girls out there that like strategy games, so it confuses me. But, a lot of girls, they lean towards like playful and wholesome and cute games, and, they love that image. And then playing Risk, I'm trying to like
Oh God.
I have like two different views because there's like the play with friends view, and then there's, the global view, and you're kind of two different people in those zones. Um, and I don't love the ranking view.
And why did
I
you do
don't think
it?
it's as enjoyable. Like I said, just as a goal, I wanted to see like what I was capable of and what I
Yeah.
could do.
You wanted to prove to
And
yourself that you could.
yeah, and
Yeah.
now when it's like playing with friends, I enjoy just playing with people, like 1v1ing you in like just a social setting. Like I think it's more enjoyable. Like I would never want to hit accept and ready like in a comp game with you. Like for global, I would just be like, really? Like I don't want that side like thrown back at me. I don't love that. I like shit talking. I like the banter. I like the energy more when it comes to playing with friends, and I feel like you get to know like someone in a different light. And yeah, so I guess just like the grinds was ultimately just for my goal. I just wanted to be up there. I wanted to, look cute, feel cute. I wanted to have my check mark. I wanted to call it a day.
Ah, you
But
deserve
then
it.
obviously, thank you. Obviously yesterday I was in a different mindset. I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna rank up. I'll get better. And that wasn't the right mindset. I have to switch it up a little bit. I can't be like I'm just doing this to do this. It's just not.
Well, there's something
Oh, okay.
Finley told me about losses.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly when you're high up, he says if you lose, stop because you're tilted now.
We'll keep going.
No, you're Stop. Take
Yeah,
it.
no, I mean
Take
you'll
a
keep
day.
losing.
Yeah, yeah. Losses stack, and we can't at the top 100 point in the ladder. You can't afford those losses, right? It
Not
takes
at
so
all.
much more work to make up for one
Mm-hmm.
loss. Before we leave the point, I actually had a question.
Okay.
Is there anything in your opinion I can do to
Encourage
encourage,
females.
yeah, encourage and make the community more welcoming for ladies?
Hmm.
And you don't have to
I
answer right away, but
wish,
it's
yeah,
something on my
I wish
mind.
I had a grand answer because
Yeah.
it's something I want as well. I want more females to like hang out with. Not like you guys are half bad, but you know, someone more like relatable to me. I would love someone, I don't know, bold and opinionated and I don't know, just intellectual in general. So I'm watching this run through right now. I love it.
Maddie's
Okay.
doing great.
No, I don't think there's any master plan. I think it's something that has to pique their interest. I think if someone shows interest, obviously, help with their questions, help guide them. And you had made like a post about the camera animations and how that can deter people, and it can
Mm-hmm.
entirely. And every stream I go into, I'm like, hey, do you want to turn off your camera animations? It'll make you go faster. And like, oh my God, thank you. Or it's the reverse effect. They're like, oh, I just want to play that game. I don't care. It's like, I want more people that want to care. I think that's important because playing with animations, you are dog shit slow. And it doesn't make sense. I don't think it benefits the game in any shape or form. It doesn't make it better. They're like, oh man, I wish I was slower at this game. Nobody's saying that.
Well, do you recall
Um,
when you were playing a year ago that you were actually faster? They've also artificially speed nerfed PC and
I don't
mobile.
personally feel like I was faster. Like, I had played maybe 40 games or so without ever joining the Discord, right? And I felt like I was slower than a snail, and I would go against like grandmasters and the staff, and I'm like, can you tell me why you're so fast? Like,
Teach
it
me.
took me like
Yeah.
going out and asking that question. Like, that shouldn't be there, right? Like, I should be able to have this option to where I could already know, but you don't. There should be more of an option that, hey, if you want to go slower, turn the settings on. If you like this style, turn the settings on. If you like that. But,
Do you have settings for me?
ooh, do I have settings for you? Let's do scrolling through 'em. I'm scrolling. Let's do trigons.
Mm-hmm. Same thing. Prog Fog Blizz.
Yes.
Cool.
Love it.
Love it too. I love this. Is great. I think this is a very skill testing group of settings.
Yeah, and like especially with like trigons, you have to figure out if you want to play nice early on.
Maybe you do. I always want to play
Uh,
nice. I don't know what you're talking about.
oh, okay, of course.
Always.
Of
Don't you
course.
know me?
Mm.
I'm the nicest guy you've ever met.
The king of taking every bonus and waiting
What?
to see if anyone touches you.
That's
So you can
ridiculous.
like inflict revenge
That's
ultimately.
ridiculous. I do not
Mm.
agree with this characterization of me at all.
Of course you wouldn't.
No.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm the nicest guy. I'm just here to hang out and have fun with my friends.
Good neighbor 3.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, but circling back around,
Yeah.
definitely if anyone like takes interest in like your videos or anything that you see that's a female or you see a streamer, like definitely just encourage them, and try to like guide them and help them and welcome them into the server. I think that definitely helps.
I mean, I feel like I try my best to do that. Oh man, is Frail gonna play it? No, he's still competing. I think. I think I try my best to do that. And I guess part of what I was asking was a perspective on like, can I do more or can I do something differently that I'm not doing?
I mean, probably more like shirtless ads, maybe.
Okay,
Like
so
that
we're working on it. So I still have a
Yeah.
little. No, I still have a little bit of winter weight. I'm trying to cut down, but we're working on it.
Maybe like
those.
a calendar, like a risk calendar would encourage us to definitely want to play a little bit more.
You're too kind to me. I don't need this type of ego stroking. Everybody ready up. No. I'm kidding. Keep going. Tell me why I'm great. Tell me why I'm great. I need to know it. I want all of the accolades. I'm an egomaniac.
Aw.
Everyone should know. The false humility is unbecoming.
No, you're a lovely person regardless,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like your energy and your personality, like it brings us all together to where we want to hang out with you. We all want to vibe and it's a good time. And I think that's a little bit of what we're playing for, right? Is we want like the escape, we want that energy. And we're not taking time out of our day to go through like a menacing process where everyone shits on each other's games and everyone like berates each other. No, we want to have fun.
Definitely. If you're not having fun, you're losing the game.
Entirely.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make my line sense.
So you play a lot of other things then, I'm guessing.
As far as
Games.
games, yeah, I play a world of indie games, and it's beautiful. I like anything that has like beautiful atmosphere, and that took effort. Someone that poured their heart into it. And I recently found out like Steam has an aspect of like curating, as far as like doing reviews on games. And when I used to look at those, I used to think those were like actual companies, doing these reviews, and they had whole situations as far as like Twitch is going and their own websites. And I was like, okay, I have a good spot. Okay. And so I actually started my own curator page for like cute and cuddly games. And I love it so much. And that's mostly where I get a lot. That fucking roll, man. Of like my friendships, as far as like they like diverse games as well. And
You're gonna have another one of these games, aren't you?
where I'm not even in the game.
No, I know.
Like,
You just got hosed.
come
Well,
on.
okay. No, you know what? You got decent concentration on the left side. You can go for a left side play, and I think you can not be totally dead. Unless Arco fucks you here. Let's see what he does.
I feel like Arco wants this for sure.
Sure, but like you have enough
They could
material.
be.
You have enough material over there to at least not just have your game be sunk.
I'll throw him some hearts.
Yeah, exactly.
Please.
Please save me.
Please let me have this.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Well, okay, forgive my ignorance because I'm, believe it or not a video game person. What is an indie game by your definition?
Indie game is anything original. It's original content. It came from their own mindset and they published it, from their heart. And it's fun because they're normal individuals, just like you and I. Developers are just, they have a thought, they put it forth, and they create something that they find incredible, and they think other people should experience it as well. And I love that. And most of the time, you can meet developers and you can message them. And you could be like, hey, I'd really love to play your game. Sadly, like, I really don't have the funds for it. And it's like, can I leave like a review in exchange for like a Steam key? And typically they will. Obviously not the big box brands because they don't care. They already have the attention. They already have that audience. But other developers, they just want you to play their game. They just want you to experience what they feel and what they put forth and get your feedback on it and your energy. And I love that. Like, I like playing these cute little games. Honestly, I lean towards games with cats because they're just so adorable. And I'm a cat person. I have my own spooky cats. I've had cats my whole life. I think everyone should have cats. But yeah, so playing indie games, it's a wild ride. Like, you get to feel all these different emotions, and I think that's beautiful. I think playing a game that makes you feel something is important.
I think everyone should have cats too.
Yes.
And people who don't get cats, I don't get them. So, there you go. That's my
Yeah,
take.
it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
That's my take on the situation. Now we're in a good sitch. Because you're on the other side of the board. I don't have to worry about hyper-aggressive Miss Kitten ruining my shit.
There's still time. There's still time. Don't worry.
Never. Don't you threaten me with a good time.
I roll this.
I wanted to ask you, did you do well in school?
Did I do well?
Yeah, you're talking about like you're pretty intellectual. So
Yeah, so I did and I didn't.
right.
So, flying, in suits, I skipped a lot, honestly. I skipped a lot and I was playing video games.
So you found it boring.
Yeah, like, so I would play video games all night, and then I would skip with my friends, and we'd go in the door, out the back, and we'd go land at my friend's house. And, at the time, like, they were all playing WoW, and I was playing this old RPG called Tibia, and it was more important to me. But then, after they told me, it's like, hey, we're holding you back, and it's like, you can't graduate. I'm like, huh? What? And that kind of hit me a little bit, so I had to graduate from an alternative school. And, I did graduate with a 3.8, but then I chalk it up to, like, okay, was that, like, my intelligence, or was that just because it's a school for rejects, that didn't make it through school? And I just feel like it's not my vibe. I didn't love school by any means. I kind of wish I would have took it more serious. I wish I would have did the whole college thing. But, like, my goals in life, like, I want to have, like, a farm. I want a petting zoo. I want all of these things that I don't necessarily need school for, right? Like, I just need a big heart. I just need the intuition to do it. I just need that love. And
this is such a similar story to me. Like, a
yeah,
lot of what you're saying rings so true in my experience. Like, I found school so boring.
mm-hmm.
And
Keep going.
well, I get the sense that you and I have the type of mind where we have the ability to understand things that we are interested in understanding, right? You're talking about, is it fun? Can I work at it? Can I improve? I love all that. right? But if
Definitely.
someone sits there at the front of a class and says, this is the thing that you have to learn and it has no bearing or relevance on your future,
Hmm.
and I have no zeal or passion in teaching it, and let's check the box and be done with it so we can move on to the next step. I'm just as likely to say, well, the next step for me is, it wasn't starting a farm, but the next step for me was, well, I'm in business
Building
for
your own
myself.
business.
Yeah, so it's one way or another. Have you
Hmm.
done anything entrepreneurial? Because like I would be very happy to give you my honest thoughts and help with all that, because I see tremendous potential
Oh,
in your natural ability.
thank you.
Yeah.
Not just yet, I think that's like the long-term plan for me, Um, I do want like a nonprofit petting zoo. I want something where I can bring communities together because I used to volunteer at a sanctuary and it used to be the highlight of my life. It's just going there and you can like love on these cows and you can play with the chickens and the goats and so forth and it's beautiful. And like that energy is just it's calming. It's super calming and why would I not want to choose a life that is calming? And so then on that front as well, like I also want to be a foster mom. And I was in foster care, short story short myself, and it wasn't, ideal for a child in any shape or form. And I want to be better. I want to do better for other children. And I think having a farm, it changed my life and I know it could change another person's life as well. And I want that safe haven for a child to come back to, when they go back to their homes, that they have somewhere they can come and oh, fuck. And sorry. So that's my ultimate goal. That's, my 5 to 10 year plan. So in 5 to 10 years, I might hit you up for advice. But
You don't need
for
it.
now,
You don't
this
need it now.
is
Well, it's
no.
like everything in life, baby steps. So the first thing
Yeah.
that you're doing, that you're
Hmm.
already like working on it, is you're thinking about it. So
Yeah.
what does the path look like? And it's like, sorry to go super philosophical about it, but that's what I do.
Mhm.
It's the truest thing we do as humans, right? We create from ideas in our head first,
Yes.
things that don't exist. So you spending time thinking about your future is, a very natural and normal
So
process.
you're thinking of how am I gonna make it
How
happen?
am I going to make it happen? And then go through the steps. And I have found personally that not only is the end point important, but also the enjoying the ride, like making sure
Hmm.
those incremental steps are fun and meaningful and interesting. And that has been the key to me just being a much happier person. It's not just about making a lot of money so I can die on a pile of money, right? It's all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's also about
It's doing
make
something you love.
yeah, making sure that my day-to-day experience of life is as enjoyable as possible.
Definitely. So I would say, the start of the plan is finding a gorgeous property, right? Just like a gorgeous raw property that I'm gonna love. I don't need anything fancy as far as like home wise. That's not important to me. Actually just living is more important. And so I want, a big chunk of land, like I don't know, I'd say like 10 acres would be beautiful. And I want to path that out. I want nature trails. I want everything that comes with that. And so I want the nature trails. I want a spot that people can come to and feel at home and comfortable. And I love going to parks and like conservatories and I love the aspect that people do their weddings there.
Mm.
And because it means that important like that much to them. It's that important. It's a moment that they connected in and I want that. So I want a property that can invoke those feelings in other people. That's what I want. I want a property that they feel at home. I also want a property, as far as like the petting zoo comes, as far as they can bring their kids, they can make a memory. That's what life is, making memories, okay? Just making memories and being happy. And that's where I want to start. I want to start and have a family. I want that. I have my son, and that went in a different direction, and I love him dearly. And I want the best for him, and he loves nature as much as I do. Eh,
These are great goals. There's nothing wrong with these things, right? The place
mhm.
where people sometimes get bogged down is the how. So
Yeah,
if
I'm not
if
entirely.
yeah, you don't have that all settled, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's a whole world of things, as far as like taxes and financials go. Like
Hmm.
that's obviously a whole different ball game. Me, I'm just like in this fantasy world, like I have
No,
unlimited money and I'm gonna
but
have this farm, it's gonna be beautiful. But all of it isn't as costly as we would think. Like you buy the property, but you put in the effort, you put in that energy, you build those connections with other people that want to help you and also volunteer because it's like you say, it's not just about money, it's doing something you love. And if it's something I love that maybe I can put forth that energy and then someone can help me because it makes them happy day to day, great. I know that's not impossible because I've been that person. I wanted to do things for free. I wanted to help out the farm. I wanted to go to, the events where they bring all the kids. Like, I love that. And I think that's important. And, you know, I don't, I guess that's ultimately just I think it'll all come together. I know it's not impossible. I know it's just starting. That's the hardest part. But I think getting a plot of land that I'm going to love isn't going to be the end all. I think there's a world of options. Obviously, I just need to stay in Michigan because that's where my human is. But I don't think it's unobtainable. And I know it's something I'm going to accomplish in my life. And I have no doubts about that.
yeah, that's where I was going to go with it too. It might seem daunting because it
Hmm.
forces you to learn things that you don't already know, but just based on what I already know of you, I don't think you would lack the ability.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's it's not life isn't as hard as we make it out to be.
I love the little pauses in your voice now when it's your turn.
I so I don't pretend to be perfect at this skill either. It's hard, right? It's hard
Hmm.
playing a game and focusing on a conversation. I like that it's hard. It's part of the appeal of the show for me. And I also recognize it kind of makes for a less than ideal podcast for the viewer that we do get
Hmm.
distracted by the game, but I don't know how to fix for that. It is what it is.
Yeah, you're doing two things at once, and that's okay.
Yeah. Well, I like to challenge my abilities. So the fact that it's hard is upside to me, right?
Okay, so
Yeah.
what I'm getting out of this is you like hard things.
Love it. So the
Okay,
harder the better.
perfect.
Yeah. Well, it's
Love it, love it.
Hey, wait, was that a dick joke?
It was, it
On my
was.
own show.
I'm so sorry, I'm so
You should
sorry.
be. How
Your
could?
wholesome content,
Yeah,
I take it
exactly.
back.
My family friendly show.
Yes, I would never.
Okay, good job. That's another thing too, eh?
So,
The correlation between smart people and funny people.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you can leverage this if you feel unsure of your like you butter me up enough. So here's some sunshine back at you, right? Like if you feel that you're less than for some reason or another, you know,
Mm,
there's often people who admire you and respect you and love you in ways that you aren't even aware of.
really.
Yeah. Right? And that's actually
Um,
that's universal, I think. A lot of people we spend so much time in our own heads and we don't
mm-hmm.
necessarily have an accurate picture of how others see
Yeah,
us.
I can see that. We all have our own views of ourselves and how we portray ourselves. And so when people do tell me like I'm funny or, X, Y, and Z, it's like I'm typically a confident person, but between like COVID, it kind of beat me down a lot. And so it's hard getting in that mindset to where I have something to offer, in any sense, and that people do enjoy spending their time with me. And I'm very grateful. I'm forever grateful. And sometimes my own son will tell me I'm funny. And then I'll listen to his sarcasm too. He's super sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
And we have this energy, and I know he's gonna be like just this fun, chill, loving kid. And watching you get fucked.
No,
Um,
I'm not getting fucked. There was no other way for that to go.
He could literally just stay in his bonus and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say he misplayed though. Like
Mm-hmm.
because he was afraid of what I was going to do, but now I'm going to do it because I have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right, right. Um, So I know
he's
it's not
he's
entirely
created
about,
the thing
like,
that he was afraid of.
yeah,
He made
this
it happen.
vengeance that's about to happen.
Mhm.
I wonder if you're gonna break his bonus though.
Are you kidding me? I'm gonna hit only him.
Oh, love
I'm not
it,
gonna
love
break
it.
his bonus. I'm gonna hit him as hard as I possibly fucking can. Die. Are you kidding me? The fuck, get fucked.
I
He's
think
gotta
he
have.
wanted
He's
that.
gotta
I
have a
think he
set.
liked
No,
a
he
little bit of
did.
suffering, a
He
little bit
did
of
want.
pain. I
He
think he
brought
wanted
that.
it.
He brought that on himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have a set on 3. So come
So
at me.
technically, you were
Come
just
at me,
doing a
bro.
kindness.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, he could have done anything with his day,
Mm-hmm.
and he chose to create the situation where now he can.
Um. Goodness, I don't remember what we were talking about.
It's all good. It's all good. I think I was paying you some kind of a compliment, but
I appreciate you.
yeah, back at
So,
you.
speaking of you,
Please.
so you say that you had like all these plans in like life. What were you passionate about? What are you passionate about right now?
Oh, sure. So the I believe that the actualized human life has like sort of 3 basic stages. So stage 1 is resource acquisition, right? Make sure that you get
Hmm.
enough so that you can live comfortably to whatever standard that you define comfortable. The problem with that is that our economy seems to be designed to impoverish people rather than lift them up. So most people stay at stage 1 and never reach it.
Definitely.
Right. Because I have been, quote, successful, however you want to define it, I choose to define it the way I define it. Because I found success, I was then able to ask the question, what is enough? And then, right, instead of chasing it infinitely. And I also get that
Hmm.
as a mom, you have a little human to care for. Your ceiling is infinite in a way that mine isn't.
Definitely,
So,
definitely.
so what enough is in that definition is different. But the second stage of life for me is artistic, which is where I'm at right now. So I view this media project as a creative expression, and I'm not trying to get, smell my own farts about it too much. Like this is a, really high-minded work of art or anything. But at the same
Yeah.
time, this is me being creative and trying to leverage my creativity, and it's so far paid me back in the strangest ways. Like, I find this work to be the most meaningful thing I've done. I want to keep doing it. I want to keep seeing it be successful, speak to more people,
Hmm.
and then potentially use that weight that I've been adding to my voice to make the world better in a way that I can. The third stage of life, as I understand it, is academic. So
Hmm.
the thing about increasing the sum total of human knowledge is you. Does he get me? I think he does have enough to get me. Nice, GG.
I definitely think
I
so.
also had a set on 3, and I was going to kill
Oh, maybe not.
him instead.
No, I think you're in this game.
Okay, cool. I mean, he's got a straight. No, I have 11
No, he's got a
territories.
split
Oh, he's
again.
got one more split. Okay, cool. Yeah, excellent,
And he's slow rolling
excellent.
and losing.
So the thing about increasing knowledge is you're actually synthesizing something creative, like pseudo artistic, with where the rubber meets the road. Right. At some point, the
Definitely.
buck stops here, so you have to provide results. So I look at that and I say, attack green. Thank you, John. I just might. I just might. Sorry, let me play my turn. Because you actually asked me a really complicated question, so I wanted to.
Yeah, and I'm willing to be patient. I want the answer.
Thank
I
you.
think it's a
Like,
deeper insight into
okay, so
you that will help me.
the biggest problem, and I actually touched on this last podcast, for the first time publicly, but you know what? Let me ask you it first and see how you would answer it before I give you
Okay.
my version of the answer. So, what, in your opinion, is the biggest problem facing humanity? How would you define that?
No, I wouldn't entirely say yes or no, right? Because your biggest problem is getting in your own way.
No, not as a person. Not as a person. What is the biggest problem facing us? All of us.
Facing us.
Yeah, humanity.
I suppose a little bit, yeah.
Like, what is it?
Yeah, because we're constantly, like, bogged down a little bit, right, with, like, financials, you know, as far as what you give and take, and I feel like there is more take from society.
Okay, so you think people aren't generous?
It's not that they aren't. It's almost like they can't be that generous, right? Because they've worked hard for what they have, and they've overcame, like, the struggles already, so they're still trying to fight that. And does this just, like, ruin my day? Like, I don't understand.
No, it's hitting me, don't worry. Oh, he's hitting you too.
Yeah, like, what is you're not hitting my 13.
No, he's doing good. I think he wins.
I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be able to hit everything.
He's got the card advantage, and he has 2/3 of the board.
Let's see, 1 second.
Get him. Okay, so the way I answer that question is the greatest problem facing humanity is the fact that we lack agreement on the definition of progress. So we're progressing because we're human. We will always be progressing. It's literally what we do as an organism. But we don't have a system in place where we can come to agreement on where we're going. So failing that, we shit on golden toilets and we build guns to kill each other.
And I hate that, right? Like, I myself am a gun owner, and I love guns. And, you know, I think that's a different world for you, because Canadians, you guys aren't playing with guns, right?
How do I put it to you? The gun laws in Canada are centered around hunting.
Okay.
So it's very...
That's interesting, because I felt like a lot of your guys' land... So, I honestly haven't done my research. So I watch a show that's called Alone, and most of their episodes are in different, I think they're called provinces of Canada.
Yeah, you got it.
And, perfect. And it's gorgeous. But you will have Americans on the show, and they'll be like, I'm out here against bears and coyotes with an axe. I want my rifle. And so they're told on the show they're not allowed to bring guns. And I didn't know if that was strictly because, you know, you Canadians, you play nice. Like, I didn't know what the actual reason was.
Yeah.
And if it is hunting, like, what are you guys even killing?
So there's no... Well, we're killing the same thing you're killing, right? We have deer. We have moose, if you go far enough north.
I've yet to see one, and I've been there like 10 times.
Where?
And it's not fair. To Canada. Like, I've been across the border so many times, and I'll see the moose crossing signs, and I'm like, where the fuck are you? Because I'm waiting. I will sit here all day, okay? I don't see you anywhere.
Well, you gotta spend more time in the bush then. Yeah, like we have I think in pretty much every way handguns are illegal. So I think the only way you can own a handgun is if it's like grandfathered in. I don't think you can buy a new handgun. We don't have the Second Amendment, right? It's not part of our legal structure that we are entitled to own guns. So there's all sorts of restrictions. You need licenses to own a rifle. You need, actually, when you transport the rifle, I think you need to have the ammunition and the rifle be in separate containers, and both of them need separate locking systems, and it's very heavily regulated to take a gun to a gun range or to go hunting. But again, I don't want to be inaccurate because this is not a hobby of mine, so I can't really give you much more background. How did that come up? How did the gun thing? Oh, because I used it as a metaphor. I used the gun thing as a metaphor to describe, as a perfect metaphor to describe how much of our productive capacity is just wasted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at some point, and I think that point was 50 years ago, right? Humans
Mm-hmm.
run the whole world now, right? So the notion that we are fighting in amongst ourselves, right? It's the us versus them circuit in our brain, like China versus the United States or France versus Germany and all of these wars. Like, there is no them. There's only us. We are killing ourselves. Stop it. It's,
Yeah,
yeah,
unfortunately.
unfortunately, stop it. Are you still allied with either of these fellows?
Am I stupid? Yes.
No, no, you're not stupid. You see something.
But I definitely
Ah,
see
you got
him.
it. Good for you. You're gonna win this fucking game. Nice. There you go. I was wondering if you were still allied.
I
You,
wish I didn't
beautiful.
put my whole
Yeah,
stack
you put your
here.
whole stack. That was not correct.
But I'm definitely distracted and
It's fine. We're asking a lot of your cognitive abilities. So the short answer to your question after going super deep is, and on a tangent about guns, is I believe that I was put on this planet to help facilitate the conversation about what about where we're going as
okay.
humans, all humans. We need to agree because we're going to kill ourselves if we don't. We need to design a system where we can come to an agreement. Our culture is failing us. Our economic systems seem to be fragmenting us into these really scary, socially distanced pockets, right?
Hmm.
Like, I don't like the idea that I realized in my 30s that the most important thing I could possibly be doing with my life is connecting with other people, and then a
For
fucking
sure.
pandemic comes around that, like, practically prevents that from occurring. I hate it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. So there you go. That's your answer. I hope it was a satisfying one.
I loved it. I also love how easy it is to fall down rabbit holes.
Well, that's just because your mind keeps going. And why doesn't he attack? What's he doing?
I don't know, he's just waiting down his whole turn,
What the fuck was that?
which is fine with me. He can wait all day.
No, I mean,
I'm
he had 42 bonus troops and he just didn't leverage them. What is this thought? Is
Where...
JJ a new player?
Yes
A,
and
a
no.
relatively new
You know,
player?
he did the grind recently to Grandmaster himself,
Yeah.
and I don't know what I want to leave here. We're just gonna start going. Yeah, so he did the grind. He's put in the effort.
Do you believe in destiny?
I do,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. Well, I don't know definitely. It's an open question, but I do. And
Hmm.
I think of myself as soon as I crystallized that thought or that belief, I think of myself as it's freeing in a way, right? Things just happen.
Hmm.
They don't care about you and you're along for the ride. So you can't get too obsessed or worried about your own suffering.
Yeah, because that's just a small fragment of the world. It's like it feels big to you
Mm-hmm.
because it's your life, but it's small. It's a small portion of the world, and you gotta take it day by day. And you can't get hung up on like the failures in your life at all,
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You're not gonna always succeed. It's just not feasible.
It took me so long to figure this out. Like, I failed so many times. I've tried so many different things,
Hmm.
right? And I value the failures because they built me into, maybe built's the wrong word. I actually the metaphor I like is forged,
Okay.
like a weapon, you know?
Okay.
Well, I mean, think of the metaphor. So a knife is forged in fire. It's
Hmm.
hammered and it's melted and remelted, and eventually it comes out as a finely tuned, beautiful killing machine. But it doesn't start out that way. It starts out as a lump of metal. And I love that because I really do.
You create it. You are the creator at that point.
And I had to suffer. I had to take every beat of that hammer in order to know what I know and be who I am and love myself, because I'm now finally proud of who I am and actually think I'm successful, which I never did. Right? When I had a big company and I was grinding, working way too many hours, not sleeping, not taking care of my health, not happy, putting up with bullshit.
Right.
For what? For the same money I make now. You know what I mean? And way more headache.
Definitely.
So fucking fix it. But I wouldn't have known that, right? I wouldn't have known what I know now if I didn't go through it. You got it.
And I love that.
You win this game.
I love that path. I definitely win this game.
Yeah, good for you.
If I don't, there's an issue. Please open me up, yeah. Don't hit me, though. Don't hit me.
Oh, he got
you.
No!
You only lost 12.
Good dice.
Yeah.
You got cards?
Unfortunately, no. But I do have...
You might not win this game, then.
2 bonuses. And I think that helps a tiny bit.
It helps. What, can I ask a mom question?
Fuck off. Yes, of course.
What are the few most important values you're trying to teach your kid?
Honestly, compassion. I want him to be a lover. I want him to be respectful and caring of others. I think that's the most important thing. I don't want him to be an asshole, and, just pure honesty. Because I feel like there's too many. There's too many assholes.
There's already enough assholes in this world, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just want him to be this beautiful little human being, and he is. He already is, undoubtedly. And...
Oh, get it.
Yeah, I wish I had an inch of more troops. Okay.
I know, just one or two, huh? Oh, we're getting a follow in the middle of the show. I love that. I love how Streamlabs gives me these follows when I'm not live. I should always remember to turn my alert box off when I'm recording, but that's fun.
Well, you're an important guy, okay? Everyone wants to follow you.
It's still surreal. In all honesty.
Yeah, but it's deserved. It's well deserved.
I hate that. Okay, that's a great podcast topic. How do you engage with the notion of deserved earnestly?
So, like I said, when you put forth that energy, and, there's give and take. You put forth so much energy because it's something you love, and it reflects to others. So I feel like you deserve it because we want to be around you. We want to listen to you. We want to grasp little knowledge from you. And, not as just taking. We don't want to just take all this and absorb it from you. We want to be around you. We want to surround ourselves with you. We want to be your friend. He's so fucked.
I don't know why he wouldn't just continue.
I do not
Also,
understand.
I love how blizzards often create the 1-point choke in the middle of this map. So it effectively becomes like a Rivertown Advanced.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So the reason I push back on the idea of deserved so hard is just like, as much as I love fairness in competition, I don't really think engaging with the idea of fairness in reality is meaningful. Like, kids get cancer and die, right? What the fuck did they do to deserve that?
Absolutely nothing.
Right. So you're
thinking that you just got lucky.
That's what I'm saying. I think
just fell in your lap.
Well, in the sense that I'm lucky to be me. And to be able to offer this. And I spent a lot of my life, so I have some kind of chronic depression, right? So I spend a lot of my life hating myself and not shining as brightly as I otherwise could. And as soon as I realized that I could, it was a total game changer, because no, I am robbing the world of all of my gifts and all of this good shit that I have to offer. And I know that can sound super egotistical, but I don't really mean it that way. I just mean what a horrible waste of all the time and energy that everyone who loves you put into you to not love yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. GG.
Good game.
Yeah. Feels good.
Yes. And a map I love.
Do you have another map?
Oh. Spaceport Sigma.
Uh-oh. Sure hope I don't get fucked. Someone always gets fucked in the spawn, right?
Definitely.
Same thing? Fog Blizz Alliance?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Blizz is even crazier on Spaceport.
Actually,
no Blizz?
yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah? Yeah? It's your show.
I don't want this one. This is a bigger map. Like, I don't want it to be as long. So I want to get through a few playful ones. So let's take off Fog.
Okay, taking off Fog.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping Blizzards?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I mean,
once again, that's the fuck you aspect that I love, is the blizzards.
In what way?
Just because it makes the game more interesting, right? Like, once someone holds like a 1-point hold, like, you can't get in there, right? So you're fucked. You have to think of something else. It makes the game more interesting, more intriguing, and that much more enjoyable, you know? Like, when I say, like, the get fucked, like, notion, like, it can go both ways. Like, they could be trapping themselves, you know, to where they can't do anything else. They're card blocked. Or you know, might not hold a bonus and you want theirs. They could control the game. You know, it's just, it can go anywhere. And I love that. I like that it's not a strict, like, classic game, you know, where it's just kind of cut and dry. It's more playful.
Particularly,
that's just what I aim for.
With play with friends. Yeah, well, you're fun first.
Yeah, strictly yes, play with friends.
I happen to enjoy fun myself. We should be friends.
Hi.
Hi.
Fancy meeting you here.
Uh-huh. Who would have thunk it?
That is intriguing that I've never asked you, like, what your sign was and that you happen to be a Leo.
Yeah, we're 3 days off, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you're even earlier. You're almost, like, right at the beginning of Leo.
Yeah, I get the emotions of Cancer. I get smacked with that front. Because they're an emotional sign in general. So, and then you have the... I wouldn't say egotistical lion. You know, I wouldn't say that. But, you know, just very dominant.
Proud.
And I think...
Well, yeah, that's funny, eh? Dominance. Like,
yeah.
I've always, you know, been... I've had leadership thrust upon me, I guess is the way I think about it. Like, I don't...
Thrust upon you.
I don't seek it as much as I find myself in positions of leadership accidentally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess this is the bonus I'm taking.
Love that for you.
Yeah, oh, yeah?
I mean, conveniently, it's a bunch of ones.
Conveniently. It is what it is. No, so the thing about leadership is it's some combination of force of personality and competency.
Mm-hmm.
And then empathy, as you were touching on about an important value, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to raise a human, have them not be an asshole. Well, you didn't say empathy, you said...
Compassion. Compassion
was the word, right. Which is almost the same thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And, like... I've vacillated over the course of my life. Oh, you actually have a really good start like that. Wow. That's scary.
Yeah, I don't know how I got so lucky with that.
Yeah, you got a really good... Fuck. You got a really strong start.
I will take it.
Oh, man. You finish that pocket and then... Oh, man. I think you went easy. Huh.
I'm definitely not going to get ahead of myself, but it is so good. I don't know how I got granted that.
I do like to see the future. I don't know. So Chloe got a big bonus turn one, so maybe she fucks with you. Let's see who fucks with you.
Hopefully not.
No one's gonna fuck. Unless she puts in behind you.
I'm almost thinking they're gonna hand me the bottom as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You clean out the back end of that pocket, and then you have a 1-point guard going forward into the high bay warehouses. You're laughing. There we go. Another.
So plus 10 bonus. You know, that's not too bad. That's on a day's work. You know.
We gotta let the guest win on her own show.
No, you do not. As so graciously given to me in the first game. You know, I'm just here to have fun. You know, that's ultimately just once again why I play the game.
Of course. And I'm just here to lose horribly.
I mean,
Sh-
your wish might be granted.
show everyone that I am the fraud they think I am.
um, I would let you live over here, but it's just not gonna work for me.
I
So,
understood. Wait,
yeah.
wait, the cookie crumbles, huh?
Yeah, I will, I'll throw you this.
Thanks.
I'll let you know I care, but please do not come over here.
I will honor that request. Please give me this bonus. No! Fuck me! Ah!
Oh,
No!
no.
No! I'm so dead.
Wow.
Oh,
You
Christ.
kind of needed that.
You're telling me, huh?
You are looking rough now. Let's see if Chloe just puts them all there. No?
So the value I had, the loudest thing I learned from my parents as a kid was
Mm-hmm.
to be skeptical, right? To think for myself, make up my own mind.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's a hard path for some people because I think some people have a desire to not always be on. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can tell I have the type of mind that doesn't stop. So it's just yak yak yak, problem solve, problem solve, problem solve 100% of the time
Mm-hmm.
I'm awake. And that can be kind of exhausting. But
Right.
it's not really an option. My folks kind of raised me to be
Aware.
well, skeptical of everything. Think for
Mm-hmm.
yourself, make up your own mind is the value that I would if I were to have kids.
Yeah. And I love that. I think that's a beautiful lesson to learn because so many people are, on the opposite front. They don't think for themselves. And I hate that. I'm a very forward thinker. I'm a very outspoken person. Like there's no denying that. And I think more people need to be like that. And I'm a little weary because, my son's father, he's a very passive person. And that's beautiful in his own. Obviously that clicks for some people. And, me being the opposite, like I am very grateful that my son is getting the best of both worlds. But the person he is with me versus at his dad's is entirely different. Like he is wild. He's wild and he's his own person when he's here. And I know from experience being around him with his father, he's different. He's more passive. He's more like, yes, sir, no, sir. And it's like, I,
Obedient.
yeah, very, very, very obedient. And not
Why
that
is that a
I'm,
bad thing in a child?
so not necessarily like just obedience. Because obviously there's some form of respect there, like there has to be. But I mean, with a 6-year-old, it can only go so far. So a quick example is a couple years ago. It was Halloween. I'm going trick or treating with my son, and he is beautiful and free. Okay, he's running up to each house. He's saying hello. He's saying trick or treat. He's getting his candy. He's running to the next. That was the first Halloween of us being separated. I didn't want him to miss that moment. I invite him along. I'm like, hey, Kieran is incredible right now. He's incredible, and I think you should be here. So he, comes, he meets up, and the second he gets there, Daddy, will you pick me up? Daddy, will you hold my hand? Daddy, will you go with me? It's like, I didn't love that side of him. I didn't like seeing this, like, passive person that needed someone else because I don't think you need anyone. It's helpful, great, but I want him to be strong. I want him to be this powerful person because that's who I am. And I think that needs. Please don't fucking hit me.
He's thinking about it.
He's been thinking about it like his whole turn.
He has been. Well, if he opens up your 7, you just remove the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to dig into what you were saying, though. Yeah, neediness is obviously, desperation is not cool.
Yeah, he wanted to like, you know,
But your point about you don't need people, I think, is just untrue.
So obviously that goes in like different fronts, but I just don't want him to like rely on someone. Like it's not necessarily need, that was probably an excess of words, but I don't want him to have to rely on his dad for like yes and no answers. Like, yes, can I do this? No, can I do this? I've already instilled that in his mind. He should understand, like, I am a very free person. If you want to do something and it is not going to hurt anyone else and it is just going to encourage you to be more beautiful, do it. Just fucking do it. And it's different, with his father. It needs to be on paper. It needs to be yes, no, black and white. And I am trying my best to make sure that Kieran sees all views. And um
Mm-hmm.
I just want that for him. It's no fault of his own. It's no fault of like his father's. That's just the way he is a person, the way I am as a person. And I just want to grow my son into being this beautiful, like strong person. I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It could just be a little headstrong of my own nature,
Yeah.
and that's fine. But I am outdoors a lot, like in the summer. I'm rarely on my computer in the summer. COVID kind of slapped me in the face because 2 years prior, I was everywhere. My goal was to see something new, to experience something new every weekend, whether it be with myself or my son. I wanted to show him everything he could see. And I wanted to explore that. I wanted those memories with him. And now, like, I got shoved so deep, like you say, and like, you battle with like depression. I got put there and I didn't want to be in this spot, and it's so hard because you'll have like a good day, you'll have a good few days, and then you get put back and you feel like you're rewinding so much, and it's like you felt like you overcame something and now you're back in the same spot, and it's like how do you beat that again and again and again, and it's so hard. But I want to show my son like you can overcome these things. It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to overcome it. You don't need to look for like someone to say it's okay. You can look for like assistance, help, someone to emotionally help you there, but no one is going to be able to tell you yes or no as far as growing. And does that make sense?
Yeah. Um,
Your path is your own path.
so the place where I question the perspective that you're offering, or maybe need more clarity, is
Mhm.
I have a very deep belief that um, in the interdependency of people. So
Okay.
when you talk about being independent, when you talk about your vision of what you would want to see in the person you're creating, be someone who stands alone and be self-sufficient, yeah, obviously.
Mhm.
But also, the truth, as I understand it, is we have been conditioned to think of ourselves as individuals in a way that isn't actually true. Like, sure, I can, pretend that I deserve my success because of all of the hard work I did, but I didn't choose to be born in this body that works and have this brain that thinks the way it does and have had all of the benefits offered to me in life, right? So it's
Okay.
so much of it is accidental that all I can really do is be grateful.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to enjoy the ride. I'm going to try and be the best version of myself and
Mhm.
offer, kindness and generosity and offer my honest feedback when I think people are right, when I think they're wrong. Because, like, it's not. That's such a weird part of conversation I've noticed is that people love identifying with their beliefs. It's like, I am a liberal, or I am a conservative, or I am a Christian, or I am an XYZ, right? All of these ideologies.
Mhm.
And you're like, well, I am a human, and my beliefs are fluid.
Okay. And I think that's an interesting topic for sure.
Yeah.
And it's important to be fluid. It's important because you're always growing. And I think if you're not growing, you're doing something wrong. If someone can alter your minds and make you think and feel in a different way, why not? Like, you don't need to be X, Y, and Z. But, you know, I'm not willing to saddle, like, the belief of being strong. Like, I just can't. I don't think it would be fair to myself.
Define it.
Um,
Define it for me. When you say strong, what do you mean?
as far as a little bit how like your parents like taught you how to, as you say, what'd you say?
Think for myself. Be skeptical.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, be skeptical. I don't love this 20. Okay.
You feel threatened by Arco?
Yeah. And it's interesting because Arco gets killed in every game by everybody.
What?
And now here he is with this big bag 20 just hanging out.
I feel bad for King John this game. He's got a shit position.
He's trying with these little 5s and
Chloe's
7s and hiding
letting him take cards behind her, but I don't know how long that's gonna last.
So as far as like I say a lot. It's just
No, you're
freakishly
good. You're good.
hard.
I'll listen through. I'll listen through the show, and then I'll give you my feedback on whether or not your interview was terrible. But so far,
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah.
So yes. So as far as like being strong, that's all it is. It's just thinking for yourself. Like, it's not like obviously physical strength. Like, that's not what I'm grasping on. It's just mental, emotional stability, and being able to thrive from it.
Yep.
I think that's what matters, And as far as when you're saying, like, you don't like the word just, like, being not deserving, but, like, yeah, no, that was the word. Like, you didn't feel like you just deserved everything. As far as people in those unfortunate situations, I think is what you're, like, speaking on, as far as, like, they didn't deserve, what they were given in life.
Well,
how you're given this body and this personality.
I don't think it's a meaningful concept.
No, but the thing is, the strength that they have overcomes that. They are going to thrive no matter what. They're going to have that strength. They're going to find that strength, and that is what's going to keep them going. That's what they're not going to settle for. They have that strength. They have that laughter. They have that open mind, that ability to grow. And that is what is important, is having that love, having that compassion, having that strength. Those are all important. What you do after that, that's up to you. But those few things you should not settle on. Does that make sense?
Do you like philosophy?
A little bit.
What is a little bit is yes, or a little bit is not so much. It's like when I'm talking to someone in just regular conversation, one of the important things I pay attention to is you got to speak to your audience, right? So I want to know how deep the person I'm talking to wants to go. Like, what is the correct level of analysis of the conversation, after which they just start rolling their eyes like, okay, Pete's getting bogged down in semantic nonsense that doesn't actually mean anything.
So I think I don't truly have that level. I think I'm fairly open, I'm fairly honest, and if there's ever a situation or a conversation where I'm like, man, I don't know dick about what you're talking about, I will let you know.
Yeah. And you'll ask.
Yes.
Because you're curious. Because you actually know how to learn.
100% curious.
Totally. Yeah, I love that. That's I admire that in people.
Definitely. I think it's important.
We're going to see a war now. I guess that's the only way these games end. Oh, well, that's not true. You just win. You just win this game. You're like, oh,
I'm sitting cozy.
Arco's doing all right.
Yeah, Arco's actually doing so good that I feel like I should maybe take his 36 out.
Oh, definitely.
I'm thinking I don't love him over here.
It'll force some action.
Yeah, because he's over here thinking, okay, well, I can sit comfortably. I don't have to attack anyone over here. The second you're not sitting comfortably, yeah, you're gonna get a little aggressive.
When did you play? Nice. When did you? So you played the board game version of Risk? I'm guessing when you were a kid.
Yeah, definitely. As far as like, family trips go and like camping and whatnot, we'd all bring like board games and card games, and Risk was one of them.
When did you play this one? The first time.
Like online?
Yeah, this version.
Probably, a couple years ago. And I don't even really know why, like why I jumped into it. Like I didn't know anyone that was like playing it. It wasn't like I had anyone to thrive off of. Um, but then like after I joined like the Discord, I loved it. I loved playing these like maps because I didn't know all these other maps. I knew, Classic, and I was like, okay, this is, A and B. This is all I know, and that goes with like the free maps too. Like that's what they know. That's what they're studying. That's what they play, and so playing like the friendly games and like learning these maps, I think is like a wild ride. It gives an entirely different aspect of the game. It makes it more enjoyable. I love what's happening right now.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I don't know why what's happening
There's
though.
beef. There's obviously beef for some reason. Chloe holds grudges, so I know that. So perhaps it's there's a
Yeah, I
long
saw
term.
that last night. That was
Yeah,
wild.
she's a grudger.
We're gonna see if this hurts my game.
By removing Arco?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a decent stack, but I don't think anyone's gonna come over here to be like, hey.
Well, now they can't.
And now I can sit right there too.
Right. And leave King John behind you for one more turn and get another card. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't consider him a threat right now, right?
Well,
Like if I keep him
he's got
alive
4 cards. What if he sets in behind you right now?
and breaks all my bonuses.
I don't know. He didn't see it. Oh, he did see it. He's doing it. Get fucked. You're gonna get fucking
If he
slammed.
does that, I
You're gonna
swear.
get fucking slammed.
No. I think he's just.
I think he slams you, and I would.
No,
If
I think
was
he's just
him.
fortifying his cute little spots.
Oh,
That's
fuck
what
that.
I think
If
he's
he
doing.
doesn't, oh, John.
Yes.
Missed,
yes, I knew it.
Missed opportunity, sir. Missed opportunity.
Definitely missed.
You sent him
I'm
the
very
right,
grateful.
You sent him the right kind of hearts, I bet.
It's hearts.
Hearts is all that matters in this.
Oh my God! He read your mind before I even did it. He sent them. I am so grateful for you.
Have I played this once or twice? Huh? Come on.
Definitely once or twice.
I love
a thing or two.
the psychology of play. Okay, so here's a topic for you. This is actually I'm glad I grasped it before we ran out of time. Charm.
Mm-hmm.
So you are, a psychological player. You know people. You're good with people, right? You're pretty charming. Paying me all these compliments. Okay, well, so how do you apply it to the game?
So, that's just like building friendships, right? Like you build those connections. So, as far as, you say charm, I think it's just friendly banter and they take what they want from it. And sometimes it works in your favor, and sometimes it doesn't, and you can change your voice a little bit, and sometimes
all of a
they
sudden,
like it.
yeah, they get their bonus.
Yeah, it gets a little softer, and they vibe with it, and they might not have that attention in their lives right now, and so then they think there's just a little bit of hope, and if they play nice, you'll play nice.
And then
I think that's a little bit of it.
You leverage it, and then the claws come out, and Well, there you go.
But as you say, you don't want to play any games where someone's just be fucking your game every time. It's not fun. And right now King John has zero hope in life. And you look at his game and it's not great. So he needs a little attention, a little love.
I think he needs to break you. That's what I think he needs to do.
No, that's not what he needs. He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't want to do that.
Well, not after you stick a 14 block there. There's nowhere for him to go.
No,
oh, okay. You're not
gonna
leave the option. Good for you. I don't think I would have left myself so vulnerable to that.
I think that was definitely a mistake. I think I completely forgot he was there.
Right.
But now I'm grateful. I'm grateful that he was just fortifying himself. As again, he's just trying to play nice. Look at him. He's trying to stay out of the way. He's not blocking anything. He's not blocking anyone. He's just like, please, have pity on me. He's doing great with trying to hold his bonus though.
Yeah, well, that's not going to last long either.
But, touching back on what you were saying, I think it's just, like I said, everyone just wants to be happy. Everyone just wants to have a good time. Whatever that entails, whether it be playful or just innocent, it's all a good time.
So I've been
trying to get
VC Risk in competition. and the last 2 seasons of the Grandmasters tournament, which I'm grateful that you are going to compete with us this season.
Yes, yes. I'm excited.
We've been kind of iterating this idea, right? I think of charm in a free-for-all game as a skill set. So how do I kill this guy?
What are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna take him out from behind me. You think this is dumb?
No. I think everything you do is
Calculated.
thought through.
Yeah, we'll try. Well, I wouldn't go that far. No, but the idea of like what we're doing right now, you and I kind of, bantering. It's way more fun, and I think it's strategically interesting in a way that the community didn't realize. Like there's so much lost by the contravention against collusion.
Yeah.
So much potential fun lost. I was like, well, we can do it, not on the main server, so that they don't have to risk any liability. And
what if I risk
opening my
this?
stack? No.
What if I do that? Huh?
No. But that's
what are you gonna do?
I mean, I was gonna kill John,
I'm just
but I guess not.
trying to be sweet to King John. He did me a solid. I think he wants to play.
Let's see it.
I think he wants to play.
Oh, that's that.
He wanted his bonus back.
That's that.
Oh. I only broke one of your bonuses, okay? I just broke a little teeny tiny bonus.
Which one?
And look, he wreaked havoc on all of his frenemies. And then I get to just sit comfortably over here,
Yeah, you win easy.
Is that the charm that you're talking about? I'm not sure.
I mean, he did need that set.
He did.
He needed that set.
I think that helped him a lot in this game.
Well, I've been in a shit position, so I've been trying to make lemonade here.
You had 2 bonuses, and then went and calculated a third.
Well, I wanted to feed him. I wanted to feed the kill. Was my hope.
Who are you trying to feed it to?
And it doesn't matter. Anybody. It doesn't. One less player advances the outcome of this game. As long as that player wasn't me. But him having a set, well. So now I'm one of the have-nots. It was going to be you and Arco anyways. That was always going to be the way this goes.
Maybe, because you didn't turn in...
Based on the blizzards? Like...
That's interesting.
When you say spaceport with blizzards, I'm like, okay, so it's spawn. It's extremely spawn heavy.
There's no great way for me to do this. Let's see.
What
the
fuck
does not
was that?
Go well.
What was that?
So I didn't
what the fuck was that?
think about that 70 much.
No, sure didn't. Or the 80 that you would also have had to go through.
Yep. Didn't
yep.
think about that much. So we're gonna sit over here, I think, and just apologize. We're gonna...
Sorry.
Oops.
Didn't mean to.
Oops. I wish there was like a misclick option.
There was once. What's the mode of the week? Really? Really?
So I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna go back to playing nice. I don't want anything to do with over there.
Look at Arco now. I think Arco kills me. I think the correct move for him right now is to kill me and John, and then kill you. And I think you lose from that move. I go next, then John. Yeah, that's game. GG.
Being distracted does not help.
Sorry.
Your game.
I did
that is
I did
crazy.
That just to fuck with you. I'm the worst.
Yeah, let's see if he just gets stuck. No.
Oh no, I'm dead. I'm dead. He sets, then he kills John, and sets again. Actually, no, he
Well,
won't.
John's over here, so he'd have to...
He's fine. He can kill John and then push through your 21. You fucked
Carry
up.
21.
You fucked up, Missy.
Listen,
Yeah.
I didn't see the blizzards or the 70.
Or
I'm
the
just
80?
living in my comfortable world over here.
Having a
I
good time?
wasn't, like, exploring your side of the map.
This is a good game.
It definitely is. It went unexpected.
So there's a question I usually like to ask people on the show because
Okay.
it tells me a lot about them as a person. You might have seen it. If somebody asked you, why didn't he kill John? Why? No.
Well, I can't get to him regardless, so...
Oh my god. Okay,
I'm just going
if someone asked you if you were good at Risk, what would you say? How would you answer the question?
I was good at Risk.
Yeah. Are you good at Risk?
I...
0 cards.
That is tough, you know, because I can say yes.
Yep.
You know, because I do typically think a little bit about my game because I don't want to lose. That's not the goal. No one's like, man, I can't wait to lose in this game. So you have to put forth some energy. Yeah, he wins. So
Oh, was my analysis correct?
yeah. But you know, when I play with other players that have more time and energy into the game, and I consider them very skilled. So it's hard to judge my skill when I play against them because they've put forth the energy. And when you practice anything, you become good at it. You know, obviously that's a given. So I think for where I'm at, I think I'm a good player. Could I be better? Of course, undoubtedly. Anybody can. So when I verse like you, let's say, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm fucking garbage. But, you know, when I verse like a normal player, you know, someone that's got like under 500 games, great, you can outthink them, of course.
Wait, I'm not
But
normal?
you're not normal. You're above
I'm
average.
above average.
So,
give me one more game. I think we have time for one more game, yeah?
okay, definitely.
Please. I do try my best to be above average in the things that I try. Either that or I just give up, so maybe it's confirmation bias. Let's go. And blizzards. Cool. Alright, would you like me to post this code somewhere?
Yes, please.
What is it?
It is WWFKQ.
KQ. WWF. If you smell... We got 3 spots. Maul the Dead. Sam's gonna play. You said to me there was a question you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, so when I was listening to your last podcast, with Wes, he was talking about, you know, how his like goal was to go back. Well, not necessarily go back. He wants to tell his younger self, like change his younger self's life. He wants to inflict knowledge on his past self to, you know, help them grow, help them, you know, in life, so they're not making the same mistakes he made. So, what would you tell your younger self that you learned today?
Good one.
Because you didn't
Great
say your perspective at all.
Sure. So one of the ways to frame depression is a focus on the past. So it's actually not something I do so much anymore as dwell on that.
Okay.
But I did. And when I did, the answer I would give to you in this regard would be something like, how you feel doesn't matter as much as you think it does.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah. Like, I I thought and I felt so strongly and dwelled in my suffering. I was like, oh, this is so painful. This is so hard. Why is my life so
Mm-hmm.
miserable? Why, how can this happen to me? All that shit. Completely unproductive, bad for you, useless,
Definitely not beneficial.
not beneficial. So, I mean, do I go for grocers? Am I that guy?
You have the bottom right. That is very greedy if you take this.
Am I greedy? You don't need to call me names.
Oh, very unfair for the fellow
Unfair? I don't have
pink
the.
player
I don't have.
who
Oh,
has nowhere to
is that the one you
go.
wanted?
Yeah, look
So,
where I am.
so I did.
Look at my spots.
Take bridge. You got a 3 in there. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Right, you found the light in my problems. Thank you so much. You have helped me and changed my life.
Good.
I will take the bridge.
Good. Yeah. So when I would approach my folks for advice when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
my dad, we did a personality test, and my dad is extremely extremely low neuroticism, which basically means that he doesn't really experience negative emotion. He's like the happiest guy generally.
Oh, I think I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. So because he doesn't experience it, we would always think like, why is Dad never upset? He must have some kind of superpower. But in retrospect, understanding what I now know about personality, it's more like it's more like colorblindness, right? It's more like a lack of an ability. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
think of negative emotion and positive emotion as a spectrum, with one being positive, one end being positive, and one end being negative, is how we normally think about our emotions, right? Like
Yeah.
you can either, it's binary. You can either be happy or sad. But in fact, that's not how our emotions function at all, and they're two separate spectra, right? You
Mm-hmm.
you can go from feeling neutral to really sad and neutral to really happy, but simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So because that's the way your emotions manifest, people can be really high in positive emotion, really high in negative emotion, or vice versa. Are you aware of this? Like, how much psychology do you know?
I'm not a psychology major or anything.
Sure.
I grasp, the basics.
That's a really good start for bridge. You see, I'm helping you out.
Yeah, I think it worked
It's
out.
working out. Yeah. So she starts off all mad at me and shit.
You ruined my game.
I know. So when I would approach my dad for advice as a kid, because I was upset at shit, he would be like, he would give me strategy. But maybe you don't always want strategy. Maybe you want comfort, right? Maybe you
Mm-hmm.
want someone to just be like, pat you on the back and say everything's going to be okay.
So what you're saying ultimately is you have to be vocal about what you're feeling, what you're needing.
Um,
Like, because if you weren't, do you expect him to be a mind reader as far as how you're feeling and what you need in them?
well,
Or are you telling him?
I'm cutting it back to the question you asked about
What would
the
you tell
what would
your
I tell
younger
myself
self?
in the past? It's like the shit you care about doesn't matter in the way you think it does. Like in a year's time, if you're having the best day of your life today, you're having the worst day of your life today. How you
Mm-hmm.
feel doesn't matter.
Okay. I like that.
Like it doesn't matter in the way you think it matters, right? It's not as important.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think that's a good thing to tell someone.
that's the lesson. That's the lesson,
Yeah.
right? You have to approach your decision making rationally. I really try my best not to ever make a decision from a place of emotionality. Yeah, and just baby steps, right? Work at something, and work really hard at something you love, and see what happens. Because you will surprise yourself. You don't know yourself as well as you think you know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're way more complicated than that.
Yeah, I can see that
Yeah.
entirely.
There you go.
I like it. I
That's
like
that's
it.
the answer. Thank you. Yeah, try to. Now, how do I kill under the gun and make him cry?
Um,
Good dice?
Wow, I wouldn't call those good dice.
No, they weren't. They were bad dice.
Give me 2 seconds. I have to switch my battery.
Yep. No worries. How do I fill the air? Well, I'm sure Under the Gun doesn't know, but anyone who knows me would know exactly how I would deal with that. And that's how. And we can waste our time doing that with newer players and people who don't know me coming around again and doing that over and over and over again, ruining both our games. And it happens to me a lot, you know, by virtue of being a public person. It happens to me a lot.
You're a public person?
Well, in this capacity, right?
Yeah.
In this minor public capacity, where I present my games for public consumption. And yeah, why don't you get involved in this? It's so easily accessible for people. Or would it feel like work to you?
To stream?
Yeah.
I think you have to have some balance, right? Like, I know you have like your hobbies outside of it, and I think that is the most important thing. Because I think if you're just doing this, I think it would be very... What are the odds that I get this?
Don't blitz it. Okay.
The odds?
Slightly better.
Slightly
better now.
So
they were very
good.
low. They were very low odds, but you got it. Did you switch back to blitz?
No, I kept slow rank. So it's a 2 to 1.
Don't forget to switch back to blitz.
Oh, just now. That would be good.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be fun. You know, you have to put yourself in the given community that you want, that you feel like you can thrive in. And it looks like you have found yours, and I love that. I think if I were to stream, which I'm going to eventually stream, you know, I'm waiting until I'm in a better mental state. I feel like I'm not entirely there right now, and I can admit that. But I think I would probably be a variety streamer and focus on indie games.
Cool.
But I would also like to bring light to other strategy games, and especially Risk. I think it's important. I want people to take it, not seriously, you know, but I want them to try. I want them to try to actually genuinely learn the game and learn the other dynamics of it and the mind games that go into it, and trying to predict your opponent's plays. I think that's an aspect that I feel like a lot of people don't focus on. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna like take all these bonuses. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna win the game. It's like, what about the passive person that is building their stacks? Do you not think about that person? And, you know, I think that is what goes with like streaming, you know, is like playing to your crowd and being emotionally available and what you can give and so forth. And I think you do it beautifully.
Well, that's part of why I'm bringing it up, right? So I think you have a very compelling personality. You're clever. You're funny. And I think you would find success in this very quickly and easily if you had the desire to do so.
Oh, well, I genuinely appreciate that. Yeah. And I definitely...
You've thought about it.
You know, I might lean to it.
Also...
Probably sooner than later.
Also, you have something that I do not have, which is boobs. And that's a big plus.
Yes.
Big plus.
Yeah, that changes everything.
Doesn't it?
For some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, just some reason. Just they're so, you know, important, you know, in today's society. Everybody loves them.
You know,
you cannot go wrong.
I have a sneaking suspicion it's not just today's society.
It's all societies.
For all time, humans have loved them.
Boobs are a good time.
They are.
So do I go and play in this bonus down here with you guys?
Don't you dare.
Do I?
Don't you
what?
Dare.
Fine. I'll just go away then.
Just giving me a hard time for being greedy. You got your whole nother second bonus you could take. You want to mess around in a third bonus.
What if I... Okay. And then... What if I just stay there so I don't make myself weak?
That bridge is so fucking good. You had to get ridiculously lucky to get it, though, so now you're laughing.
I didn't notice. Like, I had a 4 sitting over here to my left. I was like, okay, wow.
Oh, hey,
I actually have a better play than I thought. See, but I wouldn't have thought about that. Like, once again, that is your time and your experience. that you immediately saw that. I didn't. I was over here like, pity me, my game is over.
Right.
And you're like, what about that? You
What
can
about Bridge?
just take
Yeah.
this.
what
And I love
what
that.
about a great start on Bridge? Looks like you can't weasel out of playing me in this assassin tournament because we're in the next group. I think next Saturday.
Oh, really? Are they posted?
Yeah, it looks like. Sure looks
Let's see,
like.
group 1 and group 2. You are definitely in my group. With Harmless. Excellent. Interesting. So I don't know these other 2 players. Dan Core and Athul.
Athul played. Athul played in my group last time in Harmless. Yeah, I don't know who Dan is. I know I've played Exalt a couple of times. We get the
Yeah, I see him in the streams.
What was your experience of the first round?
So I'm not gonna say I was dealt an unlucky. Okay. I for some reason I unlimitedly had Brutal as like my target majority of the time, and
I thought Brutal wasn't playing.
What?
Was Brutal competing?
Yeah, Brutal's competing.
Oh, I heard that he like sub himself in or something?
I don't think so. He was my target like 2 games in a row.
2 games back to back, nice.
Yeah, so I did kill him in the 3rd one, and I wish I would have been streaming because the 3rd game was beautiful. I went to go kill Brutal, okay? On like the first set in, I was down to 1 troop. It was like a 2-1. I lost. The next person went there. I think it was Zero. Zero went down there. Once again, a 2-1, lost. And then I don't remember who the other person is. Honestly, there was a part of me that hated them because they ruined all of my games. But they came in, once again, 2-1, lost. We were all just like shitting ourselves because it does come down to just that roll. And I ended up winning it, and I find that incredible. But yeah, so my first 2 games, I was just fucked. Like, and not even like, hey, pity me, I'm fucked, but like I was on the opposite side of the world, and you know, King John was like handed bonuses left and right, and I was just screwed. I'm like, this fucking game. But as far as the tournament goes, I love the idea. I love that it's something different, and that's what I aim for. I want to grow. I want to change. I want to have fun. And if I'm not having fun, I don't want to do it. And I think it just makes it more, I don't know, playful against your like teammates.
Yeah, I'll hand that to Brutal. I think it was a brilliant idea.
Yeah, especially like just not even knowing who your target is until literally right before. To where you're not even sure you're getting the DM, and you're like just sitting there. You're like, did he forget about me? So it's fun. It's another play on the game, and I like how diverse the game can be, and these intriguing minds that go behind it. And you know, just like you were saying with using voice for like the Grandmasters, I think that's beautiful, and I think it's important. And once again, the part of the game I liked is the friendly games more than just the global. So to have voice and to be able to hang out with these incredible people, you know, not even just using it for my benefit in X, Y, and Z manner, is just getting to know them, just playing with them, just sharing a laugh and meeting the community.
Yeah, very much so. This is a common theme in the show as people talk about the appeal of the community. I don't usually do this. I don't do a pitch to the audience in the middle of the show typically, but like if you guys are watching the show right now and you're on the fence about playing the game or you're just getting new at the game, like we need new people in this community all the time. And like I can't speak for everyone, but I work fairly hard at trying to nurture and encourage new players to improve their skills, to get to know other people, to make friends and grow. So if you're on the fence about whether or not Discord is for you, why not give it a try?
And it just has like so many benefits. Not even like, even if you're not a social person, that's fine. But if you just want to learn, I think it's an incredible way. It's a tool that you should utilize for sure. And I mean, as you say, I was playing in my glorious settings that you envy. And, you know,
we'll have to do one. We'll have to do one.
And I would have been stuck in that, you know, honestly, because when I learned how to play and I was learning from other Grandmasters, I made it to Grandmaster by learning from others, not on Britannia. Nobody wanted to teach me that. Actually, Death taught me that forever ago. I don't know if he's still around. But he had actually taught me that one, and then he was trying to teach me Brazil, and Brazil was just a no-go for me. But then,
Why? Because it actually requires skill?
oh, just because it can go, I feel like in so many different ways. I feel like I just don't know how to master those ways.
We can work on it.
Yes,
Like
so some people have mastered it. Simple World was one of my favorites. That's what
okay.
I honestly got to Grandmaster with. But then I went to like my Old Faithful because I would like win in Britannia. I'm like, okay, nobody plays this map. Nobody even likes this map.
There's a reason.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so but then that's how I felt when people were playing like Super Max. And I'm like, fuck this map. But then after I started like learning it and I started getting those bonuses, I'm like, once you hold a bonus, you kind of win the game. And so that's what splits you apart from like the better players is they're gonna know where you're gonna play. But if you're playing all of these like beginners, they have no idea. And I want them to learn. I want them. Who's black?
That's solid.
Alright, I don't want to piss him off yet, so we're gonna go this way instead. And we're gonna take him out of my area.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd hit under the gun.
Really? Is that what you were hoping for?
I was, yeah.
Oh, it's like you want the kill on him.
No, I just want less of him.
Oh, I want more of
You
him.
want more of him?
So,
Well, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard that accent? I'm gonna let him live over here.
Oh, you like the Germans? Good for you.
Love the Germans.
Love the Germans. Sure.
I'm actually German and Swedish myself. I just don't know German. My ancestors were from Germany and my dad's side, and I'm very grateful. I'm definitely grateful. I think the gene pool is quite lovely. Not to pat myself on the back or anything, but I just think Germans are like intriguing, and maybe that's why I'm drawn to them. Because I don't know, I myself am German.
Yes. Maybe.
Maybe I'm just trying to learn from them.
Now, will I be punished for having the audacity to take a second bonus?
No, you're welcome to it.
Good. I mean, I didn't necessarily
Permission
think
granted.
punished by you, but I wasn't asking. I don't know if you know me well enough yet to know that I don't really ask for permission, but
You take what you want,
no,
for sure.
not like that. Take.
No, I think you're an, and I've mentioned it like 1,000 times. You're an emotional player, and for like a valid reason. If someone's gonna ruin your game, you're gonna ruin theirs. And I find I do the same thing. I'm not. You know, there's a certain point in your thought process that's like, I don't care if I win. Because my goal now is to strictly just ruin your game after you've ruined mine. And I think that's also a fun aspect of the game. And I think that's okay.
Mutually assured destruction is a valid strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And I like listening to people stream too, right? Because it's interesting, like I don't pick up on these things myself, and other people do. And they're like, you have to watch out for Kitty. She has her claws out. She's very known for having her claws out. And I don't think about... I was so fucking nice to him.
I know you were.
Look at him. He's just ruining his game now.
Oh, that's how I felt about that 7.
Oh my god.
You said wait. You said you wanted more of him, right? This is
I
what,
take it back.
This is okay. Good. This
I'm
isn't what
allergic.
Yeah.
This is not what I wanted.
Those whites. I mean, really.
They have to go. They have to go.
Let's
You're
go.
no longer allowed my bonus. Yeah, get out. You're no longer allowed up here.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, is Under the Ground gonna die?
Oh no.
Oh no.
What an ass.
No. I'm sure he's having a good time over there.
Celebrating.
The frowny face, huh? That's one that I don't really employ.
I was so happy to like live in my little peaceful world.
Me
I
too.
wasn't bothering
And
anyone.
then Under the Gun had to come along and ruin everyone's good time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This man. The audacity. GG.
Although, who are you giving the kill to then?
Me.
Oh, are you gonna take it?
Giving it to me.
Giving it to me.
Me. I select me. What did you think I was going to do?
Well played, well played.
Thank you. So how does this cookie crumble though? Because now you're looking real fucking scary.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
All right, I won't call it out then. I won't tell everyone to attack you.
Yeah, no. Stop it. You're literally doing it.
What? I wouldn't.
I can hear you clicking. Stop clicking.
I'm not. Oh wait, that's you.
Oh.
Really?
Try me.
I mean,
And
looks like
going
a Asylum
to.
will. Yeah.
I can't believe.
No, sorry, Arco. Arco's yellow. Asylum is black.
Please.
Well, he's not going to hit one and then not the other. He hits just one.
And he stays.
No, okay, so that's... What do you think of the... I'm curious. What do you think of this move? That's actually a fairly inoffensive move. Like, he's letting you hold the other bonus. He's just saying you can't have two.
Okay.
How do you feel? Ooh.
So then...
Asylum's going to try and kill...
thinking...
No.
Do I go and hit red player?
What did I do?
Because he has two.
What did I do?
Because he incited...
I never did nothing to nobody.
Intentions.
And I punished Under the Gun for his insolence.
Yeah, but I also punished him myself.
No. If you hit me, you feed me to somebody else, and then they get cards and they kill you.
Why? Because you made yourself weak down there? Is that why?
It is what it is. I'm just fair warning. If you feed me to someone else, it won't be good for your game.
Wait, who is black? Okay, so he's strong. Let's see what he does.
He says, really?
Maybe he'll assume that I needed a card. Because ultimately, I do need a card. I do have to get it somewhere.
We do. We need cards.
Like, he has an option down there. You guys can all trade cards.
To attack your territory.
He
didn't even give me the chance to give him a thumbs up. He breaks the alliance. Like, I don't mind that. That was a fine move. He doesn't want to re-ally? Interesting.
But you break him.
I won't. To what extent do you think... That's not the right question. How do I word this? How much do you care about alliances?
I think they're fun and I think they're important. Typically, till they're not. To win the other person that you're allianced with is extremely weak and it can benefit your game, then I don't care as much. Then it is, you know, free for all. But I think playing nice in the beginning, holding bonuses is important.
Okay, so good neighbor theory to a point.
Mm-hmm.
So we have it on the record that Kitten is a backstabber. What?
Wow.
Wow. No, you
know.
How
weak are you?
I mean, when I told you that there was going to be no gotchas on the show, I lied.
Yeah. Hang on. Do you have a trade-in?
Oh shit! Are you gonna fucking
slide?
Are you gonna slide? I do. I have a trade-in.
You have a trade-in, so you would have...
I will destroy you. No, my 25 stack. No, my 25. The back has been stabbed, huh?
That is crazy.
Hey, you can't deny it when you immediately prove my fucking point.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna call it, then I have to give it to you, right?
Amazing. I am whatever you say I am.
So let's see if Argo comes in.
I think purple kills me if he's got cards.
I think they would have turned in their cards already. They're deciding if they can.
He's gonna feed me to somebody else.
Oh, no, yeah, wow.
No, he doesn't do it.
No, so you get to turn your cards.
Thank you.
How many do you get? Let's see, 50.
It's a lot.
Huh. So you play nice.
What do you mean?
It's interesting.
With purple? I got no problem with purple. He broke me once because he needed a card. He didn't break both of my continents. He reaccepted my alliance request. I use the alliance requests. I think that is some of the most interesting place to play in. Like, I love alliances. I love alliances plus fog. I love alliances regular. Like, I'm one of the most adamant about using the alliance feature because any data point I get about a person, I will use and I'll add to my matrix of understanding of who they are. You know, do you lean aggressive? Do you lean conservative? How risky? How loyal? How often do you lie? How often do you backstab? Right? There's all sorts of pieces that just additional data. Like, okay, people are the most complicated things ever, right?
Very much so.
Yeah, and like we have a game and we have a set of rules and. That is, and if you're a math-minded, brilliant 1v1 player, you know, you can master that. And you can get way better than me at that aspect. But I think one of the things that sets me apart amongst top players is I lean into the... I'm more of a free-for-all guy than a 1v1 guy, and I lean into the psychology. So using these alliance, seeing the difference between how different people approach all the extra messaging available... Whoa. Okay. Wow.
Did that stop you in your tracks?
No, it's just I didn't expect that move. That was a very bold move.
Well, so he's got 45 down there.
He does.
You know?
He does.
And I don't think... I mean, someone's got to break me, right? Someone's going to.
Okay, and you thought it was him? Or are you just reciprocating? Because now you fed.
I think it's a little bit reciprocating. I don't think I fed. I fed him. Yes, on a platter. He's free.
On a platter, yes.
But he's no longer in my game, right? So is Purple going to fight me next? Is Purple going to fight you? Like, who... Are they going to take out the weakest player or the strongest player?
Okay. And your board position is pretty good. Well, but here's the question. Are you the weakest player or the strongest player? Because right now the strongest player is Asylum. Well, Purple now, but before it was Asylum. Right? Because he's going to trade.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I are...
He might.
Going to be weak. This is cool. This is going to be an interesting finish.
Yeah, I have 2 stacks.
Uh-oh.
Do they hit me?
No, you don't. You got 1 stack.
I have 1 stack.
Yeah.
But no, like, that's fine. Like, that would be a bonus if they stop. That would be fair.
Uh-huh.
Because, granted, I shouldn't have 3 bonuses. No shot. But also, nor should they.
Well, they have 3 bonuses. So someone has to stop this, man.
It's gonna not be me. I've done my due diligence. I gave them cards. I helped their game.
What do you think I do here?
I think you break one of the bonuses.
Which one?
Probably... I was thinking the one to the left, but... Because it's just the easiest. You're hitting a 1, right? You're not hitting a 10.
Why would I break anyone's bonuses?
Alright.
I'm the weakest player.
Let him get super strong.
It's not my problem.
Oh, so you're just trying to hide.
Well, you hit half of my position.
Well, now Black's only, like, turn is to break that bonus or break me.
Exactly. And then I don't have to be the one to do it.
See, I'm typically known for, like, fighting my own battles. So...
I'm not. I'm known... the metaphor I actually use is an ambush predator, right? Like, I'm a crocodile. I'm going to sit and wait.
Oh yeah, that's 100%.
And do absolutely nothing until the last second, and then nice. We're memeing.
I love that his play was not to come and fuck my game.
Well, if no one's gonna fuck your game, 24.
He's gonna fuck no one's game. He's doing the same thing.
Ooh, Asylum's gonna eat me next turn. Unless I trade. Fuck.
Alright, purple. I don't love this. So we're gonna do that.
Someone's gonna eat me. Damn it. I don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
I don't.
Yeah, definitely scary. You don't have a trade-in?
I do not.
Oh.
What would you do here?
Well, I would hide.
How?
Maybe some hearts. Maybe ask him to take pity on you.
Well, let's see.
Maybe don't take a card.
Yeah, but then I'm dead.
Yeah. I want to see your, number one plays.
It's not going to work, but I am going to try. It's going to be a losing play. What? Purple bots? Uh-oh. You're going to lose your 40.
That bot's definitely hitting me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not threatening the bonus, so it might not.
Right there.
Fuck you,
yeah,
you piece of shit.
Right there. You can see it when the bot.
That's their only move, too.
When the bot thinks about doing something fucking dumb.
Ooh.
Force him to do a shitty split. Oh, fuck me. I still don't have a set. Never mind. GG.
There's a chance.
There's no chance. Yeah, this is correct. This is the correct play.
I don't think so. I think he could get a bad roll.
Yeah, but he won't. But you see how I... Oh, he fucked up!
That's not good. That's not
He fucked up. He fucked up the split. Asylum.
Well, if he rolls a 1. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Why is he coming bug me?
No, he's going to hit it from the other side. He's killing me. He got it. Don't run out of time. Get it, 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 get it. Oh, he ran out of fucking time! Kill me. Kill me now.
Well, I am 100% coming over there and killing.
Yes, you are. GG. Oh my god. Epic. Epic fuck up.
So much.
Well, I survived an extra turn. That was my... You're like, what are your top player strats? That was the fucking split. Yeah, he just fucked up the split, right?
What do I want to do here? He has 3 cards.
And purple's a bot, so you're essentially a 1v1.
I'm running out of time too. So you're just gonna start doing some things. Let's see what happens.
Hit shit.
Okay, screen.
Good roll.
Oh, come on. Alright, if he doesn't have a trade-in, it's a good game.
Hey, Reg. Reginald. Oh, yeah. We got an appearance by my buddy, Reginald. Hi.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. He's looking really cute right now. How you doing, buddy?
The Catman himself.
Yeah, he is the strategic genius behind the Kill Pete strategy. The true top player. Oh, I love you. I love you. You're such a nice kitty. So you got this game in the bag, I think? Unless he has a set, right?
Yeah, if he has a set, it's definitely a game. I don't think I lose at that point. Yeah, so now it's no, it's not a good spot for him. He's gonna go through and break my bonuses. That's fine.
Yeah, but I think it doesn't matter.
That doesn't do anything. I think he's trying to slow me down.
I mean, would you respect him if he just lay down?
No.
Exactly. You don't.
So this is more than okay.
But that is that for Asylum the Crazy.
I don't love being in a 1v1 with a bot though. Like that's less enjoyable.
What do you mean?
Like going against purple after this.
Oh, like
yeah,
no, he bought it at a terrible time because he was actually in
the strongest
in an
point.
advantageous position. Yeah. All right, so we will have time to do one Britannia caps if you'd like. Before I have to go,
please.
I'm seeing James Taylor and Jackson Brown tonight.
Okay.
So
that's super fun.
Yeah, so it was actually James Taylor with Bonnie Raitt, and then the tickets got postponed fucking 2 years from COVID. So it's the same tickets, but now he's touring with Jackson Brown.
I love that you're a country fan.
I am a music fan. I like good music.
Okay.
So, I like things. I'm a melody guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like things that usually that are up, but I can get into a sad mood too sometimes.
Yeah, we all can.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever
But you need both. Do what?
Have you ever played an instrument?
Sadly, no. I don't think I'm musically inclined, right? Like, I want to be. I'm just not. I do like singing. I can't say I'm that grand at it. I just like doing it.
Okay.
I'll do one of these plays.
We could do a karaoke battle one time. Go, 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 go. Go fast.
I'm just gonna do this.
Pretty good.
That's a lot of spots. There's a lot of spots to hit.
All right, aside from all my jokes, will you actually explain to me the correct strategy for Britannia? Is it not just like you get that sweet cap spot or you lose?
No, because you can go in several different spots. You can go behind it. You can block the other person. You can just win that way.
Okay.
That's good. We will go from this way. So did you want to do that next, or you want to do another friendly game?
This is it for me. We got one more game, and it's going to be a 1v1 to finish, so...
Love that. Okay, perfect.
Let's do it. But look at you. Underselling it.
And then,
you
ruin it for me.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Alright, it's over in winter, it's fine. No, there's like multiple ways to play it. Like, I've obviously lost it like a handful of times. And it's so crazy, right? Because like, going from like beating like other top players in it, and then versing, not undermining King John, but King John was literally driving in a truck playing on his phone. He played second and he beat me. And I'm like, this fucking game.
Well,
so obviously,
King John is very talented.
Yeah, so...
Are you going to make it?
Yeah, I can.
Cool.
Obviously it does show you that it's versatile. You very well can lose if you're not versing another like skilled player. So here we are.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got another follow. Super
Love
nice
that for you.
2005.
Sounds super great.
Yeah, super.
Mm.
The fuck was that?
No, my kitty's.
Ah,
He's like, I want love, and
looks like you go first, so I guess I lose.
you don't
Okay, so
lose.
where do I cap?
Okay.
Where do I cap off here? If I cap off
So
below you, I have access to only
you would want
one
to cap off,
bonus north
in
of
my
you.
opinion, directly next to
Yeah,
me on the
north of
top.
you.
You would want to
Alt
leave
cut.
troops on the bottom.
How many though?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you that.
Right, and that's what matters
Yeah.
ultimately. Okay.
So obviously, I have a similar plan because if I don't put anything up here, I'm not up there. So then it's like a stalemate, and who wants that? And then it comes down to like a cap roll. No one wants that as well.
I just don't see a ton of play to it. Like, you go first, you get the good cap spot, then what?
Well, because you either A, yes, get the good cap spot, or B, you can roll their capital and you just win. So if I split too much or, I undersplit, then you can win. You can become the stronger player. So my thing is now, like, I obviously don't want that spot beneath me for any reason. But if I connect all my troops up here, which I got a little lucky,
Well, I mean,
so you're in an unlucky advantage because
you didn't get lucky.
all
You
of
selected properly.
yeah, all of your troops are like all your territories are all connected. Like no matter what, I can hit you with my capital.
Yeah, and there was no way to
So
prevent that. How would I
I mean,
how would I have prevented that?
maybe just your picks.
Okay.
I think your picks could have made. So obviously, I either A, go for my bonus, wipe you out, lower my troops, or I just chill and see what you do.
Because you don't really have to do anything.
No, absolutely nothing. You, however, you need to, or you're gonna have a huge disadvantage. So do you take that bonus? Do you make me use my 9 so then I'm no longer up there? Or do I counteract my like 11 to your like +5 and just be like, oh, you can have that, Pete?
I don't know. What do you do?
Oh. I don't know. You can have that, Pete.
Thanks. So what happens if I get lucky on the 9?
That's very lucky. Oh.
Oh, don't you worry.
Oh.
I believe in myself.
I have all the hope in the world for you. It's very back and forth. I love that.
Oh, baby! Nope. Wasn't meant to be. Good game.
Good game.
Thanks for doing the show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Was it fun?
Yes, it
Okay,
was.
good.
I love hanging out with you and getting to know you and picking your brain.
I hope I met your expectations. Yeah, I love hanging out with you too. You're super fun. I'm really glad that you came back around, and I hope you stay for a long, long time and meet with much success in your competitions and in all of the things in your life as well.
I appreciate it.
Seems like a fine point to end on. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Come along the ride with me. I have a daily release on YouTube. I do Fixed Friday every Friday. I do this show, the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, in the middle of the week and every other day. I do whatever I feel like. And until next time, for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.